Thank you.
The seat goes back a little bit, but not much. Oh my God!
I think this is.
You are a tight fit. Shit. It's going to go back a little bit, but not a lot. There's an adjuster on the side there.
Okay, I think I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. One condition here.
Sure.
You have to listen to my music.
Hey.
Sorry, that's the condition of going for a ride in my car. I get to play my music. Says I left you, baby. All right, let's see. Go a second. My wallet. You got everything? Make sure before you go. You're all set?
Yeah, I am. Thank you. Great. So, it's 2008, right?
2008, 430. Yeah, 430.
Ferrari F430.
Pedal shift.
Did they make 2008 with the gated gearbox?
They did. They're very rare. Very rare. They command a big premium now, in fact. They were the last ones that had the 3-pedal cars.
Right.
Yeah, they were the last ones. The 458s can only came with the pedals.
Right. That's a little bit of a shame, but still an amazing experience.
Yeah.
The engine bit.
I was my story behind the pedals. When I first got them, I wasn't sure if when I was looking for this car, I was kind of looking at the 3-pedal car with the gated shifter.
Yeah.
Because I came from that Testarossa.
Right.
And what I found was that you simply didn't come across many of them. There weren't very many made. I've heard rumors that the number is about 10%.
Okay.
Which is not a big
small.
number. And so, in fact, the later the car, like the 08s, the 09s, that's very rare to find a pedal shifter there. I mean, a 3-pedal car there. But having owned this car, I would never go back to a 3-pedal car.
Yeah.
I love these things. This is so cool. No human could shift this fast. Impossible. One other thing, people, maybe it's me because I'm a dummy. People said, all the chat rooms. Did you ever go to Ferrari chat?
I mean, I've been on some forums online.
Okay.
Yeah.
All the chat rooms say this is gonna, coming from a 3-pedal car to a pedal is going to come very easy for you. You're going to pick it up like that.
Yeah.
That was not true for me. Maybe because I'm adult.
Yeah.
It took me 1,000 miles to get comfortable with the pedals. Really comfortable with them. But once you get comfortable with it, man, you're talking about technology. In fact, the appeal to me of a car like this is the technology. That fascinates me. You see my shirt, you see it later on, it says engineering. That's my undergraduate major. And so I am really fascinated by technology. And what this car can do, wow. And I've heard like the new ones are even unbelievable, more than this.
I mean, this is such a trip because this is 2 generations old now in Ferrari's book, but I mean...
Correct. It's amazing, exactly.
Still so modern.
Yeah. You know, for a long time, my wife just got this Lexus a year and a half ago. Until then, this was our newest car.
And how many miles have you put on this?
A lot. I bought it at 4,000 miles on it. It's got 22,000 on it now.
It's fantastic.
So I drive it a lot. The other guy, he had it for 4 years and put 4,000 miles on it in 4 years.
That's in a year. Not good enough.
Not good enough.
How long did you own the Testarossa?
Oh, long time.
Yeah.
Let me think about that. That was an 86 Testarossa. I bought it in 92, and I sold it in 2012.
Okay.
So I had that for a long time.
Do you regret letting go of that?
When car guys get attached to cars. They get, you know that. I mean, you get emotional. Getting rid of that car was tough, emotionally. It went to Connecticut on a truck. Some guy back there bought it, and that was tough. I mean, there were so many experiences in that car, and when I waved it goodbye, a little tear in my eye.
Yeah.
But this was not a bad replacement. So, as you know, where we live, there's nowhere to store it. Oh, I did store the TR for about 2 months, thinking I could finally maybe store it, but it was costing me. I started across 101 there by Whipple.
Yeah.
It was costing me a fortune to store the car.
Yeah, sure.
So I said, that's not going to work. So I got rid of it. Have you been to this farmer's market before?
You said San Mateo, right?
Yeah, College of San Mateo.
No, I don't think so. This will be have fun walking around.
Is your father a car guy?
More the mechanical aspect. He could really care less about the supercars. You know, he's investment oriented, so owning one of these cars is always a hard proposition for him.
No, it's a depreciating asset. Yeah. Absolutely. No.
But
it's a depreciating asset, especially the early ones with the one with the high mirror.
Yeah.
They are really a premium now.
Yeah.
How about the brother? Is he a car guy? One who's the engineer?
No, his engineering is in circuit boards and with music.
Okay.
He's really into cycling.
Okay.
He's gone on that.
Yeah. Is he done with UCLA, or is he still there?
So is this single or double clutch?
Double clutch.
Double clutch, yeah. And there's no option on the F430 for it to shift itself.
There is.
There is.
Right
the
there.
Auto. Okay.
It's the auto. I've never used it. I
Yeah.
used it once. It was terrible. Wes, it's terrible. I mean, the thing is, it's got a mind of its own. It doesn't. I mean, Jesus, it gets confused.
Yeah.
It is, and the word has it that if you use it on automatic, you go through a clutch much faster. So I don't.
I mean, I know I drive a manual. You obviously have driven a manual plenty. When you're shifting down to first, do you let the car do it?
I let the computer do it. No,
Yeah.
I let the computer do it.
That's something I noticed when I drove
No.
Aston Martin, was I'd try to shift down, never do that again
Yeah,
first.
no,
Okay.
I shift down. You'll see on it when we come off the freeway. I'll shift down. I did it over here. I'll go down to fourth. I'll manually go to fourth, but from fourth on, the computer takes over. It's much better than me. It's much smarter than I am. That's a good question. That's the kind of thing I had to learn when I got the car.
Right.
When do I downshift, or do I let or is the computer going to do it? And what I find is that when I'm going from 6 to 5 to 4, I can downshift. But if I'm going below 4, I don't try it. Computer takes over.
Sure.
It does a better job than I do of matching the revs and everything. You're right. One thing you said is very correct, which is that this is 10 years old, this car now, but the technology in it is still amazing. And to think that there's 2 generations above this now, the 458 and the 488, geez.
Coming up.
Yeah. Oh, look at the line to Half Moon Bay. Holy shit, look at that.
Everybody going to the beach today.
Yeah. Corvette, Roadster, big block, 4-speed, maroon, black, 2 times. Went to that. Then I dropped out of the car scene for several years because I was in grad school at Berkeley, had no money.
Yeah.
So I had a Volkswagen Beetle.
Sure.
Then I met Lori, and I bought in 1980, I bought a 65 Corvette Coupe, red interior, small block. That's what I had here on Sylvan Way when I moved in. Then I sold that, and I bought a 308, the Magnum car. And I had the 308 for about 5 years, and then I bought the Testarossa.
Okay.
And Testarossa to this.
I mean, so do you have any plans in the near future to do anything with this car or replace it? Or?
You know, it's a good question, because I had been thinking, I was thinking about a 458.
Yeah.
But this car is so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, I almost want, when I left the TR to this, that was a huge jump in technology. Right. And this car is so cool, and I've gotten to know it so well that I'm really wondering if I want to do that. I don't know. I don't know. I suppose if a 458 came along and it was really priced really right, I might be very seriously thinking about it.
Yeah.
But this is a nice car. And this car does everything I wanted in an exotic. I'm comfortable driving it to Monterey. I'm comfortable driving it up to Sonoma. Yosemite, no.
Okay.
We got the parking room too.
Should I?
I'll let you know.